James, the consensus on Tuesday evening seemed to be that it was 2 points dropped against Bromley. Do you still reflect in that way?
Well, when you score in the last minute, obviously there's a relief there. I was slightly disappointed only 4 minutes were added on, because from my research looking the game back, there was at least 7.5 minutes that should have been added on, and we had a lot of momentum going in the final minutes of the game. Got to give Bromley credit and the manager, because obviously they've set up well for the counter-attack and they've sprung off us well. In the first half I thought that was mainly due to our poor possession play in some areas of the pitch, but again if you look at the statistics in the second half, the amount of final third entries and penalty area entries were very high, and to only score 1 goal is probably disappointing with the possession we had in the final third entries.
But 12 games to go for all of the top 4, 36 points still to be won. I'm sure you're expecting lots of twists and turns between now and the end of April.
Yeah, of course. It's been an inconsistent league, if you like, all year, and I've said that before, not necessarily because of the poor quality, more that the quality spread out. I still believe that, but for me, I think the stop on our momentum, if you like, on our victory at Dagenham, and before that at Leyton Orient, I think that the decision after 3 minutes, it was a decision made in haste. I think the referee's got his red card out before Will's got on his feet. I've watched the clips back many a time, the clip of that incident, and I couldn't tell you still now if it was intentional or not. So to make a decision on such a big game after 3 minutes, and it's outside the box, by the way, I think is surprising and very disappointing, and I'm sure the supporters feel the same way as me.
On to Wrexham this Saturday. Excellent away form, unbeaten in the last 8 away. Won the last 4, particularly impressive at Dagenham and Leyton Orient, as you've already highlighted. That must be a great source of confidence as you head to North Wales. Definitely.
I think despite going down to 10 men on Saturday against Macclesfield, I thought we were excellent. I thought we dominated the game. The possession stats back that up. They had more shots than us, just. I think it was an extraordinary performance with 10 men. I think it had a knock-on effect to Tuesday, because the team selection obviously has a knock-on effect because of the exertion of the players on Saturday with 10 men. And when we tweaked a few things again at half-time on Tuesday, I thought we absolutely dominated the second half and played really well. Bobby making a great impact from the bench, and Shamir, and obviously Renz as well. So that was pleasing. We're certainly not short of confidence going into Saturday despite the 2 results, because the lads know really 3 halves out of the 4 we've played well against 2 good teams. Wrexham, they're a disciplined team. They've got a good manager down there, and obviously a big crowd, so you know we know what to expect, and we'll be going in there full of confidence.
You mentioned final third entries, the amount of possession in adversity that the team have had. Wrexham have unbeaten in 11, but there's 8 draws within that, particularly I think 3 of their last 4 home games have been draws, so that makes those final margins of capitalising upon the possession that you do have even more important.
Yeah, and their aspirations obviously to win the league. They've said that from the start, really. So I expect them to come out and to go toe-to-toe with us. I'm expecting them to, well, they need the win really because of that amount of draws. On the flip side of that, they're obviously a hard team to beat, and they'll be wanting to get one on us considering what happened here at the recreation ground. So we'll be fully prepared. We're expecting a tough game down there, but I'm excited to see what happens.
You mentioned you think it might be Wrexham will be going toe-to-toe with us, but the last 2 games, Bromley and Macclesfield, have been against high-scoring teams. Obviously, the shots are as well. Wrexham, their success has been based more on a solid defence than a high-scoring team. Do you think it'll be a cagier, tighter affair this weekend?
I don't actually, despite that, because I think that both teams need to win. Considering the last 2 games for us as well, I think we'll be looking to go there and get the 3 points.
We came away from Dagenham talking about a clinical performance. We need to be using that word on Saturday evening as well, do you think?
Definitely. I think, as I said earlier in the interview, I think that the final third entries and the possession we had, I mean 67% possession on Tuesday, I think we need to be scoring more than 1 goal at home. It's been a slight problem at home scoring goals, but partly in the games in and around Christmas and before the 2 games that just happened, I think we missed key players in those games. And obviously this Saturday, the consequence of the sending off affected that game. Tuesday, yeah, first half we weren't good enough, but second half certainly we created enough chances.
There's been players fighting for their places all season, but you bolstered your squad further this week. You signed Tim Schmoll. What have you seen in him to add him to the squad?
He's a great lad. He's fitted into the changing room really well. He's obviously a big lad, 6'6", but he needs game time, and there'll be games that will be put in the schedule, and hopefully he'll get his game speed up to speed, so his game's up to speed, and he'll have an influence going into the back end of the season. But the message really from us is we've got to keep believing, all of us. We're 6 points off the top. Anything can happen. The inconsistencies of the league this year, and there will be many twists and turns to come, and we've got to make sure we're ready, in a position to capitalise on that.
And with the depth of the squads, there's players. Jake Gallagher wasn't even in the 16 on Saturday, and we know last Tuesday, and we know he'll have a major part to play between now and the end of the season. You travel to Wrexham with those happy selection problems?
Yeah, we complained the other side of it. We had all those injuries and suspensions at the start of the year. We're now allowed to rotate the team a little bit. We've got to make sure we get those decisions right in the team selection, and that will only go on one game at a time. We never look beyond that. It was Macclesfield on Saturday, and then all our attentions turned to Bromley on Tuesday. Now we're working towards Wrexham. What's the best team to beat them? And everyone's doing their best behind the scenes to make sure that happens.
Excellent. Thank you very much, James. We'll see you in North Wales.
Thank you.